Jay's Treaty was brought up mostly to maintain peace between Great Britain and the United States. At the time of this whole thing, there were pretty high tensions between the two nations. So the purpose of everything that happened with this treaty was to be sure that these tensions were tamed and that there would be no more problems in the future between the two of them. It was Alexander Hamilton, who supported the British at the War of 1793, who gave John Jay instruction on how to approach the British government with their commands. Justice John Jay was a pro-British chief. President George Washington sided with Hamilton to help determine what would be the best way to both guarantee good relations with Great Britain and increase trade between the two. To ensure good relations with Great Britain, Hamilton thought he would personally inform the British leadership that the United States was not going to join the Danish and Swedish government. He also informed them that they were not planning on stopping them from capturing goods by violence. Hamilton's choice on doing so, however, left John Jay with very little power to be able to convince the British to agree to the U.S. commands that he was working to imply. Although Washington soon sent John Jay to London for this negotiation with Great Britain. Working to convince the British government was definitely not easy. Jay failed to get them to agree with the commands that came from the treaty. He did, however, get the British to leave their forts on American soil and to stop interfering with American shipping. The British even paid for the ships that they did harass because of all the damages that they caused the United States. Other than what the British thought of the situation, the public began to be more outspoken about the treaty. Southerners, in fact, were very clear on their disapproval and opinions to the treaty. This is because it ignored compensation for slaves and they would be forced to repay debts. In Boston, there was even graffiti on the walls saying how much Southerners hated John Jay. This treaty, however, wasn't often talked about and was very unpopular to the American public. James Monroe, who served as an American minister to France, actually pointed out that Jay's treaty made the French government very concerned by a letter. Though many people disagreed with the treaty, including the British, it was slightly mentioned in the Senate when there was finally a 20-10 vote on it, June 24, 1795. The debate over Jay's treaty, in fact, is what established the first political party. So basically, Jay's treaty was all about keeping the peace. so that there was no more war, to make everything fair, and to be less tense between the United States and Great Britain. Even though there was some trouble with getting it all sorted out, Jay's treaty found its way to be heard.